In the middle of winter, when everything on Earth holds its breath, we go in search for the sea in the south of the Korean peninsula that is as blue as the sky in spring. The seaweed that catches the fresh winter breeze and gives off the fragrance of the sea is a dark green. No one can argue that winter is the season of seaweed fulvescence. We are off to the Sea of Goheung to find the home of flavorful dishes. The dark night of the harbor is chased away by the urging of fishermen, and the sun rises earlier than usual. Port2.The is situated at the west end of the Goheung Peninsula. It is known to have a sea full of precious things to collect, and the people of Port2.The barely get to take a break all year long. The port is busy with fishermen who have come back from their early morning fishing and merchants. The lives of the fishermen improved when Nokdong's octopus became famous throughout Korea.
여거는 1년 내내 낙지가 나와 안 떨어져. 녹동은.
Nokdong octopuses are especially delicious in the winter. They are sold out as soon as they are caught.
겨울에는 문어가 굵고 상피가 좋은 거, 여름에는 잘고 말 부풀이에요. 요즘은 죽도 안 하고 문어가 좋아요. 문어가 요즘은
We'll have to go and see the waters that bring this creature to Port2.The in the winters. The sea gives off a mystical color. This is a luxury only for diligent fishermen that give up their morning sleep to enjoy.
일출 보는 때마다 가장 기분이 좋습니다. 그리고 자연과 바다와 함께하는 삶이 참으로 좋네요.
The people of Goheung are as proud of the sea as they are of children that have succeeded in life.
고흥 쪽의 그 뻘이 참 좋아요. 그래서 고흥에 나는 그 생선들이 하나같이 다 맛있습니다.
They can't help but be proud with the two best fishing grounds of Korea on either side of the land. After some wandering around, we find the sign in the sea. A fish trap shows above the surface as the fisherman pulls the buoy up. 300 or so fish traps are attached to one buoy. The men empty out the fish traps and fill it with bait again. They cast it out into the sea and reel it in repetitively for several hours to catch octopuses. Only after a fat octopus is caught does the tension on the boat ease. It is energetic like the sea was caught from and fights the fisherman for a while before it accepts its destiny. Winter is a tough season for fishermen who have to fight the strong wind. Nevertheless, it is good that the winter sea keeps them from worrying about starving, although it brings along the cold weather with it. They don't have a set menu for meals. They feast on whatever the sea allows them to catch each day. In the sea, there are plenty of fancy ingredients that are hard to find on land. The fishermen sit down for a break only after they prepare a late breakfast. They might have been longing for this rest more than the delicacy given to them by the winter sea.
왔는데 다들 고생했다. 맛있게 많이 먹어라.
The big chunks of octopus give off the salty sea. Only seamen get to taste the true flavor of the winter octopuses.
이 맛을 배 댕기게 우리가 열심히 먹고 열심히 일을 해줘야 되고 또 열심히 살아야 됩니다. 우리가 이 맛을 배 댕깁니다. 이 배. 맛있는 맛으로.
같은 이 낙지 같은 것도 그렇고 저기 저 꼼장어도 그러지만 우리가 또 육지에서 먹으면 이 맛이 안 나요. 참 신기하죠.
The same food can taste different according to the place and the company you share it with. Nothing on land could be as good as a food shared with the companions that worked hard alongside you on the sea. Goheung Island faces Port Nok-dong with a bridge between it. Seaweed-full vessels take up the front yard of the vast Wolpo village. Seaweed-full vessels, which taste the best in the winter, are the biggest jewel of the winter sea. The seaweed-full vessels of Wolpo is known to be of higher quality than others. It's because the cold winter breeze gets rid of the low-quality seaweed. Only that of good quality can survive and show up on our dinner tables. Just 10 years ago, when the village focused on farming labor, seaweed-full vessels used to be a nuisance. Labor mixed with seaweed-full vessels was only worth half the original price.
저희 지역도 옛날에 한 20-30년 전에는 김을 생산했었습니다. 그때는 매생이가 1,000대 들어오거든요. 아니 요즘은 이제 매생이를 생산하다 보니까 김이 1,000대 들어오거든요. 역전만.
There is a Korean saying that the kid who is a nuisance as a child later takes care of his parents the best. Although the seaweed-full vessels brings in a profit, it doesn't mean that farming in the sea got any easier.
허리도 아프고, 팔도 아프고, 이 가슴도 좀 많이 안 좋습니다. 옆에서 하다 보니까.
키가 큰 사람도 괜찮아서 키가 작은 사람들은 더 불리하지.
They gather a basket full of seaweed-full vessels only after digging through the cold water of the winter sea several times. There is a reason the seaweed-full vessels is so expensive. Just like every other product caught from the sea, the tide determines the farming of seaweed-full vessels. Seaweed-full vessels get dry at low tide, and it is hard to collect it during high tide. However, the sea gives too much to sit back and do nothing. The mud flats where the water has receded are full of oysters. These oysters are as precious as the seaweed fulvescens in Wolpo village.
전도 붙이고 북도 끼래 묶고 앙답게 그렇게 어가 이 얼포 포야인지 길어가 이 뻘이 길 만남 뻘이다.
The garden in the sea makes sure its products are of high quality, stocking up the kitchens of Wolpo village. The women are planning to cook dinner with what they got from the sea today.
여기 바다 앞바닥에서 채취해갖고 해가 온 거거든요.
The soft and fragrant seaweed fulvescens and fat oysters. These two together created seaweed fulvescens and oyster soup, the most popular delicacy of the winter. But it has way too little broth to be called soup.
매생이 국이라 그러는데 이렇게 물이 거진 없어요?
아 여기는 보통적으로 장사나 하는 사람들은 물을 많이 넣는데 여기는 거의 물을 안 넣고 하는 편이거든요. 그래가지고 숟가락으로 떠먹는 것보다 젓가락으로 떠서 이렇게 그 반찬 드시듯이 그렇게 떠서 먹을 수 있게끔 여기는 그렇게 조리를 해서 먹습니다.
There was a time when people had boiled seaweed fulvescens for meals.
야, 우리는 시대가 그 시대가 아니니까 잘 모르는데 이걸 죽을 써먹었다 하는 사람도 많더라고요. 옛날 사람들 먹을 것이 없으니까 뭐라야 잡곡류에다가 이렇게 해서 먹었다고 그렇게 말을 하더라고요.
The seaweed fulvescens turns ordinary dishes into a special dish. We asked about ways to boil the seaweed fulvescens to make it taste better.
오랜 시간을 끓이면 안 되고 조금만 확 끓여내볼 정도로 그래야지 향도 좋고 맛도 좋습니다.
아, 매생은 원래 이렇게 푹 끓이는 게 아니에요?
예, 푹 끓이면 색깔도 안 이쁘고 선명하지 않으면서 맛도 떨어집니다.
This is a taste of the winter sea. It is soft and fragrant. A poet even said that he'd like to live with a sweet and fragrant woman like seaweed fulvescens.
처음으로 초살이 한 것 맛하고 다음에 이제 두 번 뜯고 세 번 뜯을 때 맛하고는 약간 다릅니다. 지금은 이렇게 부드럽고 그냥 입술과 착착 감아 넘어가는데 다음에 늦음에 매생이 생산을 하면 먹어도 그때는 약간 빠진 맛이 있습니다. 그래서 지금의 우리가 최고 그 맛을 내고 또 뒷맛도 향기가 있고.
Seaweed fulvescen soup is also called the hated son-in-law soup because it doesn't steam.
김이 잘 안 나요. 그런 게 잘 모르죠. 더운지는 모르고 팍 먹으라 그 말에 미운 사위한테. 그 더운 걸 그냥 한 숟갈 팍 더하면 더워가지고 어쩔 줄 모르고 천장이 데여간다고 데이니까 그래서 미운 사위한테 준다는 얘기예요.
아 나도 됐어 나도. 미운 사고 아니라 울도 됐다고.
이제 바쁘게 먹다 보면.
Who cares if you burn your mouth? Just as long as you can have a taste of the clear and vast winter sea of Goheung.